Welcome to the How Did Show, where interesting people answer the questions, how did I get here? And how in the hell did I get here? With your host, Donovan Corneets.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of the How Did Show. We got a really dope one for you today because, I feel like I'm kind of cool with my guest here. We got a connection that we're going to talk about in a little bit, but let me let you know a little bit about him. So my guest is a TV personality, actor, and model from Inglewood, California originally. He's gained popularity over the years from his viral YouTube videos and even co-hosting BET's classic show 106 in Park. Now, his stock shot up even higher after being a cast member of T.I.'s BET reality competition show, The Grand Hustle. He now spends much of his time as the lead correspondent for Ebony Magazine. So y'all show some love for my dog, Yonathan, in the house. What's going on?
I love that intro.
You like it? Yeah. We can work out a good rate for you to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll give you your friends and family discount.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna give you one too for this interview.
Oh, there we go. I like it.
All right.
The connection is messed up. You freezing? Freeze it up. Well, yeah, man. Thank you so much for being on the show, man. It's an honor to have you on. How are you doing, man?
Man, blessed. It feels good to just, be doing what you love to do. You feel healthy, you're happy with your family, your friends, your circle. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Absolutely,
to be alive.
man.
I'm feeling good.
Look, I'm living the dream too, bro. So I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're going to get right into this thing. So this is the How Did Show. So the first question of the How Did Show is you answering, how did I get here? So how did you become Yonathan that we all know and love?
Yeah. So it definitely started off as childhood. My family, is African. So my mom's Eritrean. That's that flag in the back. And we like that. Right there. And my dad is Nigerian. So, I grew up with a very strong cultural background, but especially a very strong educational background. So literally I was raised to be an eye doctor. Went to medical academy all 4 years of my high school, went even undergrad, or I got my AA first. And I was even in school for medicine then. And I finally told my family, it's not for me. As a teenager, I told my parents, I wanted to get into entertainment. They were like, what the hell is that? No, right. So I worked my ass off, bought a car, age 16, started driving myself to auditions and booked, Soul Train. So I was one of the youngest dancers on Soul Train.
Oh, you get your Soul Train line on?
Every Saturday, I was going down every Saturday. So for the last 3 years of Soul Train tapings, I was one of the main dancers. So it started off from there, then went to undergrad and got my bachelor's in mass communication and media studies, started modeling a little bit. But then when the clothing lines found out I was getting a bachelor's in mass communication, they were like, wait, you can speak too? So you want to represent us on the red carpet? And I was like, sure, why not? So I started doing that. And then celebrities started to remember me or start checking up on me. And I was like, I guess I can make a career out of this. But it was super hard, because I was still getting my bachelor's. I didn't really have a place to live. So I kind of was staying in the car, sleeping on couches, type of thing, while doing my TV. So once I finished all that, just went up to DC, got my master's at Howard. And from there, that's when I really started growing into who I was as a personality and TV correspondent. So from there, that's when I got 106 in Park. I hosted Howard's Homecoming. I ended up creating and hosting a music video countdown, basically like 106 in Park on an Ethiopian network. So it was shown out in Africa and Europe. Yeah. So for 8 years. So I was, my credentials out there is really, is real. Yeah. So I go to Ethiopia. I'm like, the black
huge out there.
You feel me?
You
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it was super dope. So from there, just grinding, a lot of no's, I did a lot of extra work. I did grinding work. I did like bottom of the barrel shit, even when I knew that I deserved more, or like my credentials shouldn't have had me do some of the grunt work that I was doing. I still did it. Like I was
Yeah, it's
very
part of
humble.
the journey.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, just doing that, and then just kept on booking and booking and booking. So like that's how I got Grand Hustle. Like out of they said like 10,000 people or something crazy. They
Yeah.
picked 16 people, and then from there, T.I. started rapping to me. He was like, "Yo, I see potential in you." Even like I was a finalist on the show, and he personally told me, and he said it while he took me off the show. He said, "And I see you as a superstar. Like I don't see you as an executive. Like, and you're supposed to be in front of the camera. And in order for you to reach your highest potential, I can't let you win this." And that right there was better than winning. You see?
Yeah, that's kind of a mind trip though. Like you want to win, but then it's like it's better if I don't. Like, okay.
I didn't want to win. I did not want to win. I wanted to be in the final 3, and that's what I was, because
there you go.
Yeah, there's no way I could be somebody's executive assistant, especially while I'm doing my thing.
No, yeah, I understand it.
Yeah, so I'm very, very appreciative of the opportunity and the
that's a big platform for you, though.
Yeah, just being able to be on that type of a platform. And after that, stuff just kept on rolling again. Then now I'm here as Ebony Magazine's lead correspondent. So super excited about that. Representing 75 years in the game. This is a legendary magazine.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is, man. That's what's up, man. We first of all, that's an incredible story of like just sticking with what you should be doing, right? In the face of all the no's, like you said. And I know all about that. But I didn't realize how much we had in common. So I was actually studying to be a chiropractor.
Really?
Yeah, man. I was doing like internships with chiropractors, offices. I learned how to develop x-rays. Like, yeah, I was an all-in like science nerd. And got to college at NC State University and decided to try college radio. And that's how I got exposed to voiceover and that whole thing. And also at the time, I was trying to pursue a rap career, but we'll talk about that some other time. And I kind of fell in love with being behind the microphone and had to have that conversation with my mom. Like, yeah, you're probably not gonna have a doctor.
And that's a hard conversation to have.
Bro, it was really difficult. Like she was legit disappointed. And I get it. I can understand that, but it was one of those things where there was just a spark there that I couldn't deny. And I was like, I can't do this. So I ended up switching to media communication and graduated with that. And then, the rest is history as far as me building my career up. But I didn't realize we kind of had that in common, like something on the medical side. And then switching it up when you just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yo, I could never see myself in a hospital as a doctor. I don't like blood. I don't like none of that.
Look, that's why I chose chiropractic. I was like, I want to be a doctor, but I don't want no blood. Like,
right.
Just some bones, but like, I'm not feeling the blood and guts and cutting people open. Like, I'm good on that.
But But one thing with at least especially with my family, I thought that I would never be able to get them on my side just because they were they just knew I was going to be a doctor, and that's a huge thing in the culture. Just, bragging rights, of course, but also just to make sure that your child is good, after because they sacrifice so much. Some of my family was refugees in Africa, because they had to flee their country because they were literally kidnapping kids from school to put them in the war, as soldiers. So, for them to have to do all that just to create an amazing life for their kids, their future kids, and then find out they want to be in the entertainment industry. Wait, what? They don't know nothing about that. So the blessing is now they are 110% on my side. Just me representing for our culture. That's my brand, being first generation in the United States. So having a show back home where like my mom will go back to Ethiopia and people were like, oh, we love your son. We love your son, you know? So
Right,
that
right.
right there, it gives them pride. It shows that we're going to be okay, you know, even after they leave. Like that, it's a lot that they have to process. So it's a blessing to really get them on your side, because that's my main thing. You know, I want to make them happy. I want to make them proud,
Sure,
because
man.
they did so much for me. So
Yeah, same here. And it's funny because, not to get too much into my story, but yeah, my mom is actually kind of responsible for me being into entertainment. She would like push me to do like plays in school, like elementary school plays and local theater and stuff. And my first job was as a Michael Jackson impersonator, like performing at fairs, at like fairs and carnivals and stuff. So, and she pushed me to do that stuff. I mean, I wanted to, but she was really like, no, you need to do it. So it's kind of ironic that later on, when I actually did do it, she's like, wait a minute, hold up now. That was cool, but what happened to this doctor thing?
Don't say
no
that
backsies,
now.
no backsies. But yeah, anyway, so like I had hinted at before, our connection is through Grand Hustle, the show, because I was the promo voice for that show. And I actually had Jonathan Torres on the show previously. Yeah, that's the homie. And he told some really cool stories about kind of how what his process was like to get on the show, like you said, out of like 10,000 people. So what is a little bit of your story about, like, you know, how did you even hear about Grand Hustle? What even made you want to give it a shot? And, you know, how did it come to be? How did you find out you had made it onto the cast?
Yeah, it's funny because the first round, like the first time we heard about Grand Hustle, actually KG and I heard about it. We had a podcast together. So we were like, should we try it? And we're like, fuck it, let's just do it. So we did it, put in the application, and got interviewed after. And I guess the network that it was supposed to be on ended up dropping it. So we didn't hear nothing for a whole year. And the next year they called us back and was like, hey, but at this time when they called us back, KG and I didn't tell each other. So that's why we didn't know that we got picked. It was a whole year later. And I didn't even know what the project was, you know, because as an entertainer, you just submit. So I'm like, okay, because they didn't tell us like who the
they're real secretive about that stuff.
Yeah, they didn't tell us who the rapper was going to be. They didn't say what network it was going to be on. So I didn't know what show they was talking about. I was just like, F it, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So then I found out that I got one of they brought in like 20 something people and flew us to Atlanta. And then that was the worst part though, having to stay in a hotel. Literally could not leave the hotel. They took our key, so we could not leave the hotel. It was horrible. I ended up getting food poisoning in there. It was just like, I was just miserable. You know,
how long were you stuck there?
Like 4 days, maybe. Like,
okay.
That's a long time. It's a long time. Actually,
did you know you were going to be on lockdown? I mean, that's definitely long if you didn't know you were about to be on lockdown.
I didn't know it was going to be like that. You know, they were like, yeah, you can't, we don't want any of the contestants to see each other. So they picked 16 out of the 20 something people that came, and they sent them back home. And they were like, all right, out of nowhere, they came to my hotel room and was like, give me all your phones, your laptops, everything.
Wow.
And yeah, in the morning, we're taking you to the mansion. So, from there, as you saw, it was a roller coaster. I definitely was one of the contestants that was targeted by producers and certain cast members.
We won't get too much into that. You can watch it though. You go back and watch those episodes.
I know I have not seen that since it came out, but it was fun. It was a fun time.
I was gonna say it had to be a crazy experience though. I mean, just something that you'll never ever forget. It's impossible to forget that experience.
Yeah. To be on a reality show, one, and then to be working with such a legend too, and to make it that far, especially. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna make it that far, just because one, I was like the loudest one. Two, I'm kind of like out there with personality. So I already knew that people were going to be gunning for me.
And now we know that you actually didn't even want to win.
I did not at all. Actually, the producers was talking to me towards the end. was like, okay, so start answering like this because T.I.'s really looking at you. The producers are loving you. Like towards the end, and I'm like, wait. I ain't trying to win like that. And they were like, wait, what? So
Yeah, like, hold up, what?
Yeah.
All right, really quick.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you. So you said you and KG, like you didn't know. So you realized that she was on the show too? Like as you're walking in the mansion?
Yeah, as we walking in.
What was that like?
Oh, amazing. I mean, legit the whole you know, they caught it on camera because I think she was in there first, and then I'm walking in, I'm like, get the F out of here. Like, it's good because it's a bunch of strangers, you know, and to know somebody, she's like one of my best friends. So
yeah, that never happens that it's like friends on shows like that.
Yeah. And people were hating, you know, they was mad. They was like, oh,
and
no.
She ended up winning. So spoiler alert.
There you go. And I said that too. I said she's the one that deserved it the most. I thought that she was the only one who could really, really kill that position, because I've worked with her on certain events and I've seen her work. She's a beast.
Yeah.
So yeah,
man. Well, that's so cool. And I mean, I think you use the show for your benefit to the utmost. So kudos to you for making that happen. Really quick. So just to shift. So I know you've been involved with hosting and being part of a lot of events, whether it's through the show or through your own projects. So what would you say is like the coolest event that you were a part of? You know what I mean? Where you can really be like, damn, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is crazy.
106 in Park. 106 in Park.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like, I mean, I grew up watching it, you know. They were looking for new hosts after Roxy and Terrence J. So it's funny because I was going to Howard at the time, and a friend of mine, Ebony Rose, I always say her name, she was like, Yonathan, you should submit. And just like the Ebony stuff, I was like, nah, I'm not about to do that. Like, they got to go through thousands of videos. Like, it's a waste of time and whoop whoop whoop. And then I was like, it's probably, I think it's already expired. I think, the date has passed. She went and
making up all the excuses.
She went and researched, and she was like, nah, it's not. You have till Wednesday. And this was on Sunday. So you got to do it. Turn it in. So I'm like, listen, if you believe in it, let me start believing in myself too. So I put in the video, and literally the next day I had 2 producers from different departments call me. It was like, hey, we're flying you out. We want you to host an episode. So I got to host with Roxy. I did a couple episodes, and that was just mind blowing, because it just showed me that when you have right people in your circle,
for sure,
if you don't believe in yourself, or you don't feel like you can do it, or you're not good enough, the people in your circle are supposed to be able to see that in you,
uplift you,
and uplift you, to push you.
Who was the guest that made that first episode?
Huh?
Who was the guest?
Oh, when that was,
remember?
I
put you on the spot.
I know. I feel like I know Luke James was there, and I know Dougie Fresh, I think, was there. Monica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And funny thing was, the girl that they picked to host, so it was a day that Terrence J wasn't there. So usually they would have you host with both of them, and like you wouldn't get a lot of time,
right?
But Terrence J wasn't there, so I was Terrence J. So I got prime spot and I had the live show. So what they did, they used to shoot or record 2 episodes a day. So they would have a live show and then a pre-recorded one.
Oh, okay.
So the girl that did the pre-recorded one is actually B. Simone. And that was before she became this huge.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was just me and B. Simone. And like, it was crazy connecting with her. I was like, yo, you got this. She was super nervous. I was nervous. But now we out here, doing what we love. So I think that was like a monumental moment for me.
I can, no argument here. That's huge, man. That's dope. I mean, that's an institution of the network, 106 Park, man. So, and your name is like connected with it forever. So, one more, sure. Like shout it.
Okay.
Well, look, man, that's an incredible story, and I know some people will definitely be inspired by that. I mean, going from, like you said, sleeping in the car to like being on red carpets, man. So that just shows hard work, dedication, believing in yourself, believing in the dream. And like you said, having people around you that can lift you up even when you don't believe in yourself. So yeah, man, that's a great story. And I hope nobody missed those gems.
Absolutely.
But we're going to switch it up right now because it's time to spin
the wheel of what?
So we're going to get this thing cracking right here. Yep. No cheating. I'm trying to look at the answers. All right. Okay. So I'm going to spin this thing, and whatever it lands on, you got to answer. All right.
Okay.
You ready? All right. Let's do this. 10 years. All right. This is a good one.
Okay.
All right. So you got to choose.
First of all, I love the number 10. That's my club. I am a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity.
Go ahead. Now go ahead and let it go. Greek life.
You know, representing 1911. So that is my club, the 10 Club, and that's how many founders we got. So.
Okay. I was waiting for the hand signal to go up.
Oh yeah, come on. It's all there. Look.
There you go. I love that you found a segue to represent.
I love it. Of course, got to.
All right. So 10 years. So basically what this is, you absolutely have to choose. So you can either travel back in time to being 10 years old again, but you get to keep all of your memories. Okay. You know everything you know now. You just have to go through elementary school, the whole 9 from 10 years old, or you get $10 million right now. Which do you choose and why?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. We ask the hard questions here on the How Did Show.
Sheesh. Oh. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think I'll take the 10 million. The 10 milli.
Yeah.
Take the $10 million. Because I don't know if I can go all the way back to 10 years old and like, especially knowing everything that I know, like, although I do, I probably would want to go back, you know, some years back, but but I don't know about 10. And then like,
you
with
gotta
10
go to
mil,
10 years old.
Yeah. And with 10 mil, you know, I know a lot of, you know, people and stuff that they can help just with investing. And then, you know, my family, I have family members that are super old right now. So my dream has always been to like just treat them, you know, so it's not guaranteed that I would get 10 mil, you know, just going back at 10 years old, because I still have that same grind. Some people have my grind and they got it sooner because they were at the right place, right time, you know, and some people had my same grind and aren't even anywhere close to where I'm at. So the fact that I'd be able to invest, I'd be able to support my family. I think I'll take the 10 mil because I'm happy.
Nah, that's a good answer. See, like usually what throws people off is like, you know about Twitter coming, you know about Google coming, you know about Bitcoin coming, you know about Super Bowl winners, all of these kinds of things, so that you could jump in and get Bitcoin when it was like 0.0001 cents.
That is like true.
That. But the only trick is you're 10 years old and you can't do anything with it. That's the
thing. I don't know if I could go back to 10 years. 10 years old.
Gotta go to 10, man.
That's a long time for your boy. Your boy might, you know, the skin is nice and smooth, but that's a long time for, you know, and like to have to relive all of that. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So it's like potentially be the richest person in history because you know about everything.
This is true.
Or you also risk like one part of it. I had someone that got this question. They were like, well, wait a minute. What about like my relationships? Like, yeah, you don't get to bring anybody else with you. So like if you married, your wife is whatever, 30 years old, but now you're 10. So that relationship is done.
Wait. So like everybody that you know, everybody that you know
have
now,
to go back. Yeah.
But I'm saying everybody that you know now, are they the same age?
Yeah. Like nobody else goes back, just you.
Oh, hell no. How about your mom and dad?
Same. You know what? Fine. We can make it so that, does it make it any different if everybody gets to go back in time?
Yeah, because like I definitely wouldn't do it if I couldn't have like, you know, my mom and dad or like,
for your
you
childhood,
know, my siblings and stuff. Like, hell no.
That would be crazy, right? Your siblings are like 30 years older than you, 20 years old.
And then that makes it a lot easier for me. Hell no.
Sounds hell no. Okay. Not no, but hell no. Okay. No. I like it. I like it. All right. So cool. So now that brings us to the second half of the show. And that's where you answer the question, how in the hell did I get here? And so that's you telling a story about a situation, an event, something you were a part of that made you stop and be like, Yonathan, how in the hell did I get here? So what do you got?
I'll start with where I asked myself that question. I'm driving home, crying in my early 20s with possible pneumonia.
Okay.
I asked myself, Yonathan, how the hell did you get here? So the way I got there was I was an extra for Notorious. The movie. This when I was doing extra work. I was still going to school, living in my car, sleeping on couches, doing all that. And the set was about an hour and a half away from the school. So I had to take off 3 days from school, and I slept in my car in LA. Went to the bathroom at Burger King, washed up, got back on set. So it literally went from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah, people don't understand how long time on set is.
It's ridiculous. And they use you for probably
1 hour minutes of it, or not even. Yeah. That's a lot of sit down, hurry up and wait.
It's dumb. And they treat you like crap. They treat you like crap. So my first day there, I'm literally going up to the producers. I'm introducing myself. I'm sorry, because I really wanted to get SAG vouchers.
Right.
And that's how you get it, through extra work. So I told them, I really want a SAG voucher. Please let me know what I can do. I know I'm an extra, but if you want me to do assistant work, run and get coffee, do all that, I got you. They're like, okay. So the first day, they got me running, doing coffee and shit. I'm barely sitting down. And then finally they use me. So I go do my thing, leave at 10, 11 p.m., go somewhere, lay in my car with no heat, because it's cold as F, but I had no heat. So I sleep. So I did that for 3 days. When I wake up, go to Burger King. It was like clockwork. Clean up and then, go. My mom don't even know this story. So the last day, I'm sick as a dog. That's why I think I had pneumonia low-key, because I was sick for a cool minute. But it's because I was sleeping in the car with no freaking heat for 3 days straight, barely eating right. I wasn't eating right because I barely had money, and they definitely wasn't feeding us like that. So the last day, I'm like, it's all worth it. It's okay. I feel like crap, but it's all worth it. I see these girls come in. They came for maybe an hour, big boobs, big ass.
Okay. Not
that cute, but just flirting with the producers. They're like, okay, because it was a party scene. I remember it was when Biggie got shot.
Okay.
So we have to run. I'm in the background oh, and the girls are just standing there on the corner hey, they had to do that, and they left. They literally was there for 30 minutes, an hour.
Yeah.
Talked to the guys. They were like, oh, can we get SAG vouchers? And they were like, yeah, we got you. Gave them all SAG vouchers, right? So I'm like, I don't care. I worked for mine. Right. Just because they got theirs like that, that's fine. I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm worried about Yonathan.
Okay.
So finally, the end of the shoot, they wrapped. They came. They're just super hyped or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is the moment. I go up to them, the producers, and I'm like, okay, thank you. They're like, Yonathan, oh man, you were amazing. Thanks for the coffee and all that shit that you was doing. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, thank you. And then they're like, good job, and started walking. I was like, oh, wait. Could I get, the voucher? And they were like, oh man, we just gave away the last ones. My bad. But listen, you did that. You did your
thing. You keep at it, champ.
I'll tell you, that ride, hour and a half ride home.
Oh man.
I was like a freaking baby, just crying. And I was like, how the fuck did I how did I get here?
That's terrible, man.
This isn't for me. So I actually stopped everything entertainment for a couple years after that.
Yeah, you just had to step away.
I became a manager at Abercrombie and Fitch, and I was actually gonna create, a career off of that. And my mom was like, you need to go and get your master's. And I was like, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go to HBCU, which I went to go to Howard. And then I was like, I think I'm ready to go back into entertainment. And that's when everyth's just popped off.
Yeah. So you feel like you needed that I cry?
Needed it. I did because one, it taught me who I was and just like what I know I deserved. Some people, they probably take that and like just like be like, okay, it's all good, and then go and get beat up by somebody else again. You know what I mean? Like, I was not taking that beating again. I promised myself, I said that shit will never happen to me again. And it never did, and if I felt like something was, a situation was about to turn that way, I did it right there. And they'd be like, oh, okay. So I demand my respect. I know what I'm worth. And I needed that situation, horrible situation, but I needed it to happen.
Yeah. So, that's rough, man. You lost out to never trust the big button to smile, man. They try to tell you.
Never trust it.
That sucks.
I would have popped a little titty. Like, damn, I was so mad. I was like, these mother.
Yeah, no, look, I can see, especially like you sick, you've been putting this work, you're washing up in Burger King bathrooms, and they just showed up with boobs and a smile and got their card and went out.
One day. I was there 3 days.
You know what, man? That does suck. But it was a step, man.
It's part of my journey.
It was part of the journey. Maybe it's definitely one of those things where, like, at the time, it seems like the absolute worst possible thing. But then you look back and you're like you said, like, I needed that, because if not, maybe I would have been satisfied staying on that cycle. And that was like the shock to your system to get you out. Yeah, man. Like I've said the story often, man, about, like, for me getting into voiceover full time was because I got laid off, and the job that I got laid off from, I loved what I did. Like, every job before that I hated, but that job, loved it. I was a sound designer at a video game studio. It was dope. It was fun. Great people. Loved my boss. We're actually still cool to this day. And just one day, no job, no paycheck. Just like, you got to be out by 5 today. It was like, what? It was like the whole company was shutting down. It wasn't just like they didn't single me like, Donovan, your ass got to go. But it was like the roughest thing, man. And it was what I needed. You know what I mean? It was that shock. It was like, okay, now you got to get serious. What are you going to do?
Because let's say it didn't happen. Probably would have still been working there. You're not,
Yeah, exactly. I probably would have been satisfied with it. And not that there was anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with people that do it. Like I said, I loved what I did. But I felt like I was destined for bigger things, and now I'm on my own talk show talking to the lead correspondent for Ebony Magazine. Just saying.
Go look at us.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But
hell
look, man, that's an awesome story, man. Just because of we know just another look into what you went through, man. To be on your path, man. People don't understand. Like, when you see people doing their thing on camera, on records, whatever you see them doing on a stage, you have no idea what they went through to get to that point. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody loves to see the spotlight. Everybody loves to see their name up and being the guest of honor and all that stuff. But bro, people don't get that you had to wash up in a bathroom while living in your car for part of your journey. And who would take that on for a chance that they might possibly get to do something? Yeah, it wasn't even a guarantee, like,
at all. Not even close.
Man. So just shout out Yonathan, man, doing big things, washing up in the bathroom of Burger King. I mean, that's an incredible story, and I didn't know that beforehand. So that's incredible. So yeah, man, that's a great how in the hell did I get here story, and also another damn inspiration. Like, you just been inspiring folks all through this episode.
I like to throw gems, because
that's it, man.
I didn't because I didn't have anyone like that to help me out. I think I would have been where I'm at a lot sooner if I did. I feel like, we do need to go through a journey, but we all don't have to suffer like that.
Yeah,
but no, but like, there's a lot of people out there that know and have gems to give out, but they don't want to because they're like, I went through it, so why am I going to help somebody else? I'm not that type of person.
Yeah, that's trash.
You know, yeah.
Anytime I can help people, there have been people that helped me out on my journey, when my path of like pursuing my dream started back in like 2005 until now. So I definitely try to pay it forward and help people out.
Yeah.
So it's admirable to see that you're doing the same thing, and of course, always looking out for family and representing.
Yes. Eritrea, Nigeria. Oh yeah.
There you go. Well, look, man, thank you so much for being on the episode. But before we let you go, let the people know what you got going on. This is your time to plug, where people can see you, find you, social media, get in touch with you, hire you. Let the people know what's up.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. Yonathan Elias TV. That's YONATHAN ELIAS TV. And there you can see like all my information, like email or whatever. If you do want to get in touch, what you guys can look forward to is definitely continuing to represent our culture, represent our community in the best way ever with the legendary Ebony Magazine. I'm doing a lot of events for them, representing for them, low-key kind of their face, you know, for digital. So definitely that. And then I'm getting into creating as well. So I created a script. I have a really, 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 really dope TV series, which we're probably going to have to connect on when it finally gets picked up. Yeah. So I have all my industry friends like reading the script and like, they're like, yeah, it definitely belongs on the platform. So I'm working with people currently to get into like pitching rooms and stuff like that. So I'm super excited about that because I'll be getting back into acting as well with that. So look out for that. Can't say the name and all that yet.
Nah, I understand that, but look, that's dope, man.
Dope. Yes,
I love it, man. Love it. And not to go into a whole other segment here, but the Ebony Magazine, that was a competition too, wasn't it?
That was a competition. And that was also a competition that I said I wasn't going to do. Because you see what I'm saying?
I need you to say you're not going to win the lottery. Like, you know,
yeah,
I'm not
right.
going to play.
For real.
I have no shot at it. I'm not going to do it. But I mean, if you think about it, like a lot of your big accomplishments have because you're like better than a lot of people. Just put it out there. I mean, competitions, I mean, that's kind of the purest form. It wasn't just like somebody's, oh yeah, I got his application. Like, no, you had to beat out other people that are also good at what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So honestly, now that I think about it, with you saying that, a lot of my big accomplishments were from like competitions or something where I had to beat somebody out. So yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Look, I see you. So yeah, so that was killing it. Yeah, that was a competition Ebony Magazine had because they're trying to start. Well, what they're doing now is, you know, catering to the newer generation, right, the digital world. Like I said, this is a 75-year-old magazine, so now they're getting into the whole digital viral stuff. So they were like, we need faces of this. So they obviously had mad people come in and audition, and then like there were steps. So like the second step after that, it was like they picked like top 12 out of the thousands of people, and they had to get people to vote. That's where I was turned off. I don't like that type of stuff. I'm old school. You know, I've been doing this for over 15 years. Like, I'm not begging people to vote for me and all that.
Yeah, you just want it on.
But that also was blocking my blessing, you know, because sometimes you just have to be open. It's not that I'm not humble, but I know what I don't want to do. I don't want to like be like, hey guys, vote for me, you know?
Right.
But luckily, like I said, if you have right people around you, I have people at their jobs, people that work.
I'm not gonna lie. I put in a couple votes. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. I really do, because after I won, they came up to me. They was like, you gotta really, you know, shout out your squad, because like they came through with you with the votes. But like that wasn't even the final. So the final was they had celebrity judges, you know, like Lisa Ray, come in and actually, you know, judge the final 6, and your boy got it, you know. So yeah, and I honestly thought it was supposed to be just like a 1 gig thing. Like I was gonna do the red carpet for Ebony Power 100, and they're gonna be like, all right, peace, you know.
Yeah, thanks.
but it's not. This is like a family
ongoing,
now.
Man.
Ongoing thing. So I'm super happy that I did it.
Round of applause.
Black excellence.
Jonathan doing this damn thing. Well, look, man, thank you so much. I hope you had a good time, man. I had a good time chatting with you, man. This is a long time coming, man. So I'm glad we could make it work. And yeah, man, I continue to wish you all the best and everything you got going on. And if this man's going to be in a competition for something, you're probably smart to bet on this brother right here. So look, thank you so much for joining us. And I will check you out on the next episode of The How Did Show. Peace.
Peace.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me and having some fun as we interview some really, really interesting people. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more episodes of The How Did Show.